April 15, 2023. A white Jeep stops outside a Prayaraj hospital. Flashing cameras swamp two heavily guarded, handcuffed men. Suddenly, deafening gunfire shatters the chaotic media circus. In mere seconds, three shadowy assassins execute both prisoners on live television. The victims were India's most feared Mafia don, Atiq Ahmed, and his brother, Ashraf. They had controlled an entire state for decades, making their brutal public end a national shock. This execution marked the final violent collapse of a 40-year empire built entirely on fear and total legal impunity. In 1979, the Chakia neighborhood of Old Allahabad was home to a 17-year-old high school dropout looking for a shortcut to wealth. Atiq Ahmed found that shortcut at the local rail yards, sneaking out at night to steal coal from freight trains for the black market. Petty theft quickly escalated. During a robbery, Atiq committed his first murder, marking his permanent entry into violent crime. He soon expanded into Hafta, systematically forcing railway contractors to pay him protection money or face immediate execution. Raw brutality became his primary tool for local supremacy, proving that in the streets of Allahabad, terror moved faster than the law. Atiq was mentored by the gangster Chand Baba, but in 1989, the student betrayed the teacher by running against him for a local political seat. After gunning down Chand Baba in a daylight shootout at a local dhaba, Atiq secured his first electoral victory and undisputed control of the underworld. Now holding political office, Honorable MLA Atiq Ahmed built a private army of 120 sharpshooters and monopolized the city's lucrative railway scrap tenders. His impunity peaked in 2005 when his shooters fired 19 bullets into political rival Raju Paul in a crowded market. Despite the witnesses, the police did not intervene. His political utility propelled him to the national stage, winning the historic Phulpur Lok Sabha seat despite dozens of pending murder and kidnapping charges. Atiq survived for decades by embedding himself so deeply within the political establishment that he became its most violent asset. The landscape shifted in 2017 when a new government took power in Uttar Pradesh, establishing a zero-tolerance policy against organized crime. Under Operation Clean, state authorities used bulldozers to demolish over 70 crore rupees of Atiq's illegal properties and businesses. Even from inside Deoria jail, Atiq attempted to exert his will, orchestrating the kidnapping of businessman Mohit Jaiswal and forcing him to sign over properties while inside the prison walls. This brazen defiance triggered the Supreme Court to transfer him out of state to a high-security prison in Gujarat, severing his local influence. This strategy focused on dismantling the financial and political foundations that made Atiq's 40-year reign of terror possible. In February 2023, Atiq made a fatal miscalculation by ordering the daylight murder of key witness Umesh Paul from his cell in Sabarmati jail. The state retaliated by hunting down his remaining gang members, systematically stripping away his power and protection. Hearing that his son Assad was killed in a police shootout, the broken Mafia don openly wept inside a transport van. Weeks later, he received his first ever legal conviction, life imprisonment for kidnapping, marking the final end of his lifelong immunity. The Umesh Paul murder was a desperate attempt to project fear that instead triggered the total annihilation of Atiq's legacy. On April 15, 2023, Atiq and Ashraf were led through a media cordon in Prayagraj for a medical checkup. Asked about missing his son's funeral, Atiq offered his final words, "They didn't take us, so we didn't go." Moments later, the 10-second assassination occurred. The three young shooters surrendered immediately, claiming they wanted to make their names in the criminal world. Chilling questions remain about their true motives. Before his death, Atiq threatened to expose deep ties to corrupt politicians and builders. While he is gone, evidence linking his gang to international weapon networks suggests a deeper cycle of corruption remains unresolved.